New episode of Matnum for this month of October. So as usual, I will be looking at pictures I took with my apps, my own algorithms, basically Camare, Digital Paula, Darkcam, and Vika. And this month is interesting because it had been a few months where I hadn't found new real ideas for new algorithms to treat my images. And well, the computational photography of my work. And this month is something a little bit more concrete. So let's start up where we were last month. And that is basically I'm at a coffee place where I kind of enjoy going in Reykjavik. And I'm trying different ways of transforming the image. So as you can see here, that's at Reykjavik Roasters. And while taking my coffee, I'm testing those algorithms. I'm kind of experimenting and I'm there to find ideas. And as you can see, there's an inversion of the color palettes in the middle of the middle image, but I'm also trying with black and white. The next three pictures, not very interesting per se as photographs, but I'm looking at my older algorithms and also modifying some of the formulas I used. Some of the filters are definitely different. So do I work with the compression? Do I work with the contrast? Do I work with the color palette? The next picture again, and always, well, most of the time working with Camare because that's the most versatile and customizable app in my app toolbox. Here, do I work with black and white as the picture on the left, or do I work with limited palettes of color, or do I work actually with something stronger like this inversion on the picture on the right? That was basically my problematic in the last few months. Where do I go? And here again, 3 tests where I slowly am figuring out that I want something that works with color palettes and that reinforces contrast and contours. Here slowly I'm getting somewhere using older algorithms, but what kind of feel do I want with my pictures? The picture on the right is basically trying to inverse the palette. Does it make sense? And while I didn't think it made sense per se, I felt that the high contrast you can see in the periphery was leading somewhere. So here I tried to modify my code in order to only have the effect I'm looking for, to separate it from the rest of the image, and then once I figure out if it works fine, I'll integrate it back into the overall picture processing workflow. I don't know how to say it, but the 2 pictures, the one on the left, the one in the middle, as you can see, I'm really reinforcing the contours. So here, for this new algorithm that by the time of this video is out with the Camare app, I'm analyzing very differently the image. So I have the granularity in which I analyze the composition is different, and that's what you can see with those 2 details of my. That's another place where I like to take coffee, and I'm taking a picture basically left and right. That's my SSD hard drive. But as you can see on the picture on the right, I'm integrating the different textures and more than only the contour. And slowly, that's where I'm getting to at that point in time. These are the textures I get. That's the middle picture and the one on the right. That's one of the nicest swimming pools in Reykjavik, Vesterberglag. And as you can see, there's some compression, there's some diminution of the color palette, and that's something I really felt was interesting. So I dug into the algorithms and my code, and I really see code here more like, a woodworker where you slowly try to modify to enhance a corner of your table, the table that you're building. It's really a work on the long haul, and not that mathematical, or it's not that precise. It's the way I see it. I really try to slowly modify the parameters, the formulas, to make it look how I want. And here I'm slowly getting to something that I think is interesting and different from the other algorithms I've previously developed. This month is not much, in my opinion, interesting pictures, but it gives a better glimpse, I believe, into my process of coding new algorithms, new computational photography paths to making interesting pictures, interesting filters. So again, details in Reykjavik. Here again, I'm slowly getting somewhere where I feel there's character in this module, and I will go forth with it and distribute that. Here, a picture of a boat being repainted in the Reykjavik marina. I always test my new algorithms in very different situations, and here it's really low light. Wanted to see how it rendered, and I kind of felt it still worked. So yeah. And here again, 3 pictures in different conditions where this new algorithm seems to work well for me. Thinking also, and let's remind ourselves that on my apps I always have those parameters that the users can modify, 1 or 2 main parameters, and here I'm actually testing this parameter where that changes some of the variables or the way the image is transformed. Also, that month was the occasion to travel elsewhere, to meet a friend and see new souls in a different place of the world. And as you can see on the picture on the left, that's with previous algorithms. It's a view of the sea through the window of a plane. But with this new algorithm, the middle and the right picture, there's definitely something different that comes out, and I think it makes sense. Here again, with very different lights, because we're in Mallorca, this island in the Mediterranean. The pictures left and middle, actually the picture on the left uses this new algorithm, but not the middle one. The one on the right, yes, there's something that's, I think there's a strong personality to this new algorithm, which is for now only distributed through the Camari app. Here again, 3 details, 2 of a garden, 1 of a plant and of a chicken, and 1 by low light. It's kind of my process to validate a new algorithm before I distribute it. So, and finally, also the pictures left and middle. That's for those who know my algorithms. That's the Ondo insaturator. A view from the window of a plane, and with this new algorithm on the right, that's what it looks like when you take pictures of the Alps. And that was really the moment where I felt this new module made sense, this new insaturator made sense. And here again, 3 pictures with different mix of filmulators. And the picture middle and right gives you an idea also. The one in the middle, as was the new module, how different the character of the final image is going to be compared to using another insaturator. And 3 last pictures using this new algorithm with the variable value from minimum to maximum on the left and in the middle. And just small details of this new kind of rendering with this new module. This month was kind of uninteresting, in my opinion, in terms of photography and composition. But I think it gave a better glimpse of how I develop my modules and how I see software development as more of a analog process than simply mathematical transformations, very well thought and precise and square. So hopefully that was entertaining, and if you have questions, suggestions or whatever, just don't hesitate. And yeah, catch you next time.